This guy has been on probably every single show I've ever done throughout my 20-some year career. And he may not know this, but it was my first week at ESPN. It was Valentine's Week, 1991. Over 25 years. It'll be 26 years next month. 26 years ago, I walk in and I've never been more scared in my entire life. I knew that there weren't a lot of women at ESPN. I had literally just walked off campus at Syracuse University and was so fortunate to get this gig. And I was a production assistant. And one of the first people I met in the hall was this guy, Chris Berman. And he said to me, "What are you doing here, kid? You sure you're in the right place?" Because I was right near the men's room. And he's joining me on the CJ Silas Show. Thank you. Congratulations. I just have so much in my heart for you, bud.
Well, you were with us back then, and I'm proud of you. You've forged your own road, and you've done it your own speed, and we've been on shows, and you'll tell me where all of them were. Seattle, I remember that one. But, yeah, no, I wasn't worried about you walking by accident into the wrong bathroom. I was worried, like, well, wait a minute, you kind of look California. I mean, you're dressed kind of California, which is hip with me, but because I was doing baseball once a week in the Hotel California games, as we called them, right around that time. And I said, but I don't, this is what I see on the other coast, so where are you from? And we went from there.
Yeah, we did. And as happy as you were in your career and you grew up in Connecticut, spent some time in New York, do you wish you ever ended up spending some time living on the West Coast? Because you really sure love California.
Well, I'm a Bay Area guy more than anything else, and that's really because of the team, CJ. I mean, it's just the way it is. I always kind of knew I'd be comfortable in San Francisco because of the Giants, which is kind of the wrong reason. I mean, at 10 years old, you don't know where you're going to be comfortable, but I knew I was comfortable rooting for Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and Juan Marichal and Orlando Cepeda, et cetera. And one of my best friends from college went out to work in San Francisco, and my very first vacation, 1 week off of after 51 weeks of work at a radio station in Rhode Island, I went to stay with him in the East Bay, and I felt very much at home. I don't think I'd been through there in college, maybe once in high school. At any rate, it would be a loaded answer. I did have a couple of chances, maybe once upon a time, to go out west. I mean, I applied in the 80s for sports director at one of the San Francisco stations when ESPN was first starting. I don't really talk about that much. Not that I would have jumped. I didn't get the job, and certainly in retrospect, thank God I didn't. It was KABC, I think. I talked with then owner of the Giants, CJ Bob Lurie, one of the great gentlemen of all time. I still stay in touch with him and his wife, Christmas cards. And he and I talked about maybe being the voice of the Giants in the late 80s. But we had just gotten football, and I had Countdown or Game Day then, which you remember, and prime time. And ESPN was about to really take off, having gotten the NFL in 87. And although my heart was set on maybe doing that, and again, it was the best decision I didn't make. I stayed, and I would have had fun doing it, though. I mean, I don't have any regrets. I wonder what it would have been like, but boy, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Sorry to make such a long answer. I hadn't thought about the first one in a long time. That was the 80s. I mean, once I was here in the late 80s, there was no question if they would have me, I would love to ride it out. And ride it I have for 38 years, and I've been thrown from the horse a few times, but I've gotten back up and gotten back on somehow, you know?